Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Target Check. And this week was such a great week to make some money, and I lost. I lost some money. God damn, literally 8 out of the 10 pairs that I was looking at did the move beautifully. 8 out of the 10 pairs, that's 80%. And I still took two rookie mistake L's that hurt my week completely because honestly, they reversed and went straight into TP right after they took me out. But I'm gonna start off the video off a good note, which was AUDCHF, the only dub I took for the week. And this was a clean dub. I entered off a 1 hour time frame, and right here, as soon as this structure was disrespected and it bounced off it, I entered. And when I entered, it took about 48 hours to hit my TP, a little bit more than I anticipated, but I still held until I hit my TP. As soon as I hit a 1 to 2, I exited out, even though I could have held for a bit more profit, but I hit my target and moved along. I'm going to GBP AUD. GBP AUD, you already see the screen, so you know what the fuck is going on. It wicked me the fuck out. Just like how all GBP pairs tend to do. That's why I haven't traded a GBP pair in about 2 to 3 months. Literally, it tickled my stop loss. It didn't even cross it, it tickled it. But the spread off my broker completely took me out just because the spread is always bigger on GBP pairs, always. And the coordinates don't even have to be caught on your trading view in order to be stopped out in your broker because the spread is about 30 to 50 on every single broker. So that's one of the main reasons I don't even trade GBBs because they don't even hit your stop sometimes and they take you out. And it took me out off one of the craziest moves of the fucking year. Like this shit would have hit almost a 1 to 8. Like holy shit. Out of all the pairs that had to wick me out, it had to be this one. Some bullshit, like straight bullshit. But it is what it is. I don't even want to trade another GBP pair like ever. I thought I could gain its trust back, and I completely knocked it right back down. But whatever. Euro NZD was a trade that made me get pretty much disappointed in myself. It was a rookie mistake. I honestly just entered this trade on my phone, didn't calculate it correctly. I meant to hit a 35 pip stop loss, and I entered it with the wrong lot size. So I had to put a 32 pip stop loss, risked pretty much losing the trade and getting stopped at earlier than I wanted to. And that's exactly what it did. It literally touched it, went straight down as soon as it touched it. As soon as it touched it, literally went straight into profit. I deserve that L though, just because it was my fault. I should have placed a 35 pip stop loss and I calculated wrong and I paid for the mistake. Simple. So I have to accept it, move along. I know where I made a mistake, make sure it doesn't happen. That hasn't happened to me pretty much since last year. Rookie mistake. Next up, I had entered Euro JPY, which I took a partial loss on. It was a trade that I actually did not predict at all for the week. If you would have entered down here, which I don't know who would have, but if they would have entered down here, you probably would have hit the move. But honestly, I didn't see much structure for me to enter above this area right here. I wanted to be above this area in order for me to enter and then go to the upside. But as soon as I entered, it went straight down. As soon as it broke this area right here, I decided to take a partial loss just because I already taken the two losses before, and it just went straight into stop loss. So when it did that, I was, at least happy I took a partial loss instead of a full loss on this one. It was obviously a wrong prediction, always happens. But besides that, I took about other 10 pairs to for the week, and those 10 pairs, 8 of them did the move that I predicted. So I'm gonna go into the ones I did not enter, which were GBP CHF, Euro GBP, Euro USD, NZD JPY, Euro AUD, and AUD NZD. Euro AUD pretty much was a revenge trade I was looking at for the week. I decided to enter GBP AUD instead of this one. But if I would have entered this one off this 30-minute, which I would have entered probably around here and put my stuff right about here, I would have hit an easy 2.7 2.7 maybe. Yeah, 2.7. I would have hit that. And honestly, it was a clean move. Whoever hit this was pretty clean. Nice prediction for the week. Kept going to the downside and then it reversed at the end of the week. AUD, NZD did a clean move. I actually entered AUD CHF instead of this move. I could have entered simultaneously, but I did not want to. And since I did not, I pretty much missed out on a clean 1 to 2. I would have entered and would have never even went into drawdown. Would have went straight into profit. So it is what it is. I did predict it into the right direction though. And then NZD JPY did the move on early on Monday. I think as soon as New York opened, pretty much after this structure was broken, I would have looked for the entry. And if I would have entered probably around here for a long, I would have put my stop right there perfectly. And then I would have aimed for a 1 to 2. I would have definitely hit it even in that same day. Actually, I would have hit the TP in about 12 hours. So I didn't enter that just because it was New York session. I'm usually not available during New York, so I'm not able to enter trades, which will change soon. I will be starting to trade New York very, very soon. Euro USD, just like NZD JPY, did the move early on in the week. If you caught the long that I wanted to catch, you would have caught it right around here. Sorry, right around here. Right as soon as this structure pretty much broke, it went right back down, and it pretty much gave you this indication that it was going to continue to go to the upside. Right here, you would have entered it, and for a long, I would have probably entered right there. And then right here, I would have placed my stop loss and would have probably put it at a 1 to 2. Hit the target right here, I would have closed out, wouldn't have been too greedy. And then I would have exited right here off this closure off the 1 hour. Let me see how the 1 hour would have closed. So yeah, right after this 1 hour would have closed, I would have exited. And it would have kept going to the upside throughout the week, and then it reversed in the last day or two. So kind of what NTD JPY did and what Euro AUD did. Next up, I'm going to be looking at GBP CHF, which I did not enter this trade just because I had taken the L on GBP AUD and I was mad at GBBs. But I would have hit a clean 1 to 2. This would have been my entry right here. Honestly, just didn't want to get into another trade. I honestly felt off this week. I want to make sure when you're not feeling good on the markets, step away from them. Just revisit them the next week just so you could clear your head and obviously not lose money. Let me delete that real quick. And as you can see, GBP CHF did the move exactly how I wanted to do to the downside. And Euro GBP, honestly, I saw this happen during New York. It hit my alerts and I decided not to enter. It was going to the downside perfectly for a short, which was what I wanted. And then as soon as it did that, it reversed right back up. You wouldn't have hit a 1 to 2, you would have hit a 1 to 1. And as soon as you would have hit that, reversed right into your stop loss and then obliterated the market. Whoever took a long on this week definitely made some money because this shit went up. Completely wrong about this market this week. So as you can see here, I was wrong about Euro JPY and Euro GBP, and all the other moves for the week that I had predicted happened. 8 out of the 10 did exactly what they were supposed to do. So I just have to make sure to freaking execute on those trades because damn, man, you have no idea how much this GPB pair took my breath away. As soon as I saw that, it just kept going down. And then the next day, just a little bit more down. And then the next day, just more down. And then the next day, down again. I was like, what the fuck did I miss out on? But whatever. Well, that pretty much concludes another episode of Target Check. Thank you guys for joining and tune in next week for another episode.